What was life like for you growing up as a kid? Are you from here? Where did you grow up? What were some of your interests and hobbies?
Sure. So I grew up in a small little country town in Northwest Ohio called Napoleon, Ohio. It's about 8,000 people. The nearest city is Toledo. It's about 50 minutes away. So I grew up kind of in the middle of nowhere. And growing up, my dad was a business person, businessman, and because there was not much to do, right? So we had to find something to do. So my dad bought us uh, a lawn tractor. And my brother's 5 years older than I am. We started a lawn care business. And yeah, it paid for my college, paid for my brother's college as well. And that's kind of got me started on the entrepreneurial path. Like I wanted to make money. I loved buying ball cards and sneakers and stuff like that. So I didn't love the work. I'll be honest with you. It paid off in the long run. It was um, a lot of days in the middle of summer when other kids were playing ball and I was mowing yards. My brother and I were making 150 bucks a week, and that was I'm 44 now. So go back. I started when I was 9, and my brother was like 13,
Yeah.
14. So we made a good chunk of dough, and that taught me like a work ethic. And my dad used to say it builds character, and I was like, I don't even know what that means, but
Yeah.
it drove me nuts. But it really did teach me, the value of a dollar, because you really don't know what the value of a dollar is until you like have to go out and earn it. And a lot of
Right.
kids, no, I
Right.
don't have that opportunity. So it's funny. My brother's a CPA, and he is also my business partner and my CPA. And when he went away to college, we were cleaning out his room and stuff like that. And we found ledger after ledger of all of our accounts and receivables, payables, all that kind of stuff. And he had started doing that when he was 13 or 14 years old. So it was fun. It was fun growing a business. And, obviously living in the middle of nowhere, we played a lot of ball,
Yeah.
growing up. And that,
Baseball's big up there. Did you play
yeah,
baseball?
I did till I was 15, and I was better at running. I was a better track runner, so I had to make the decision. Plus, I played football, so it made sense, football
Yeah.
and so.
Yeah.
So I grew up in the middle of nowhere, kind of, and I moved here in 2009. I moved to Columbus, so my beginnings were pretty humble. My dad was a car dealer, and we sold Chevrolets and Oldsmobiles. He bought that in 1980. So I grew up around cars. I grew up around the car business, and that's kind of what kind of the path that I followed until about 6 years ago. What led me
So
to
you
where
really you really experienced sales early on.
I did. Yeah, yeah. You got to be selling. Yeah, if you're not selling, then
What I'm curious, what was it about, obviously you said your dad was a businessman, obviously in the car business, right? And you started your own journey, at 9, you said, like, what was it about that, really piqued your interests, when it came to that? Because I find like some agents, right, when I'm always curious, right? Were you always an entrepreneur? Were you always a business person? Or, was this kind of, just something that you wanted to do, right, as your next career?
yeah,
It sounds like you kind of just had that knack for it.
yeah, I did. I wanted to own a business very early on, as long as I could remember. And my dad was a businessman, my grandfather, my great grandfather. So I kind of I fell into that path. It's something I always want to do. I always thought I'd be a car dealer, to be honest with you.
Mm.
I thought I was take over the family business and take over the car business. But um, it taught me that regardless of industry, typically you have to sell. You have to know how to sell, and you have to build relationships. And that's really things that I probably wasn't great at. I was a little introverted. Growing up, I was pretty private to myself, but I had to learn, like, if I want to make money in cars and real estate, whatever it is I'm doing, I got to learn how to sell.
Yeah.
So I learned how to
Yeah.
sell.
Well, one of those things I always tell people, the one good thing about real estate is typically it's not an event, right? It's more of a
Right.
process. Obviously, every sales, whatever we're selling, it has a sales cycle to it, right? It has a sales process to it. And
Yep.
luckily for probably you and I, the sales process is a little bit longer in real estate, to where we have longer time frames to build those relationships. Where,
Yeah.
a car dealership, I mean, they could leave your lot today and go right across the street and get that one,
Oh,
and
100%.
and,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's I'm making a decision within a couple days to a couple weeks, not I'm making a decision in a couple months to a year. What, like it is in real estate. So
And the service side, being able to take care of your people too, like you can get a deal on a car anywhere, but people I think will pay a little bit more for service. And not everyone, but some people will. I will. I'll definitely pay for good service. You know what I mean?
sure.